Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Couch of the Dead, and we have a very special episode for you today as we do our first double feature and we review some subscriber TikTok subscriber
Followers.
requests. Yes. Today we are doing two shorter films. We're doing Mr. Sandman from 2024 and the YouTube short La Cabra, which is short for the Cabra.
The goat.
So stay tuned because we got not one, but dos.
Hi, I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Matt.
We are two die-hard horror movie fans who want to share our love of spooky cinema with you.
So please, if you dare, join us on the Couch of the Dead. And we're back. Ha!
We are
I
back.
beat you to it. I beat you. I got you this time.
Welcome back to the Couch of the Dead. And like Matt said, we are having a double feature tonight. Oh yes.
Everything's backwards.
So yeah, let's what are we drinking tonight? What is the creepy cocktail of today? Is your drink talking back to you?
My drink has been Le Cabra.
So I am having a Hawaiian sea breeze, which is vodka mixed with cranberry juice and a splash of pineapple juice.
A splash.
A splash.
The way she makes it, it's vodka with a splash of cranberry and a splash of pineapple.
It's a little strong.
I am going to my go-to lately, which is Balatin chocolate peanut butter vodka. This stuff is good.
How about what's the name? Bellatoni?
Balatin.
Send us some money.
Balatin. Yeah,
he's
send
been
me money
drinking.
because I've been plugging your shit for
Weeks.
like a month
months.
now. So no, it's really good though. So would probably be really good with milk, but I'm just drinking it straight because I'm hardcore like that, yo. We are doing a special double feature today. So the first film we're going to be reviewing is a film that can be found on Amazon Prime and
on
Tubi.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Mr. Sandman.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one is a YouTube short. It's about a 15-minute film that's called La Cabra, which is short for
The goat.
the goat. And had people on TikTok reach out to us, and we are serious. Like, if you want us to review your short film, whatever, you know, we want to kind of set ourselves apart and really build a relationship with the horror community on social media. So if you have something you want us to review, let us know. Telling you though, we're gonna give you an honest review.
Yes.
So we don't want to like Luceba here did. We're not gonna sell our souls. So if we think your film sucks, we're gonna tell you that, you know, it's not that great, but it's constructive criticism.
Yes, absolutely.
It never comes from a bad place because we probably couldn't do any better ourselves. So just wanted you guys to know that. So it was really cool that I think we got to review people's, especially the short film, La Cabra, something that somebody obviously put a lot of time into, and they want us to review it, and we're gonna try and get you out there, buddy.
Yeah. So let's start with the first one. The first one, Mr. Sandman, was done by Acres Films. They have done quite a few other things, so definitely check them out. They are also here on TikTok. Sorry, this is YouTube. TikTok, whatever. Just look for them.
This is YouTube?
This is Spotify also.
That's why I can see myself.
Just check them out, Acres Films. And the second one is La Cabra, done by Toruga Productions. And check them out too. They have a YouTube channel and they have done a few other projects. So it was really cool to see that two of them looked to be done in Pennsylvania, and we live in Pennsylvania. One was the Graffiti Highway in Centralia, which I've been, and it's really cool place to go and just walk around.
Yeah, I think
pictures.
another one referenced
Ephrata,
which we call Ephrata here in Pennsylvania. We're in Schuylkill County, and we're Skooks.
Skooks, yes.
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 So I think without further ado, we're gonna do this as two separate podcasts. Yeah. In one.
But together.
we're separate but together. We're like Schrodinger's podcast. So let's go into our first one, which is Mr. Sandman, and let's spoil this bitch for y'all. So this film is written and directed by Matthew Schmidt, and we watched it on Prime, and it's also on Tubi. This is about a 45-minute long film,
just
right around there, and so it's very low budget. I believe it has a budget of $5,000, but what they did with it was pretty cool.
Yes.
Very small cast. It stars Haley Kate Schmidt as our lead, Zoe, our lead girl. And also Sherry Hoffman as Grandma, Mackenzie Newberry as Mom, and my favorite guy in the film, Brandon Berkeley as Dad. He's got about 10 seconds in this movie, and he's my favorite character. So let's get into this movie. As you can kind of tell, like, just by the title, Enter Sandman. Yeah! Mr. Sandman obviously has to do with sleeping and dreaming and stuff. And so we start with our character, Zoe, and she's kind of running through what appears to be an empty house, switching lights off and then running to the next room very quickly.
I wouldn't say it was an empty house, but she seems to be alone at the time. And that was like the pre-opening of the movie.
Yeah, well, and we didn't know. I kind of thought it did, because the way it looks, she sees something behind her when she gets into one room and turns around with a horrified look on her face, and then we cut to our title. So I kind of figured we were probably gonna jump back to that at some point.
Sure.
And so this movie starts out, where Mom, Zoe, and Grandma are in the living room, and they're watching TV, and Mom's like, hey, another 30 minutes, and we got to go to bed. And shout out to the old guy, me, who recognized it looked like she had one of the old DirecTV remotes. And I was like, hey, it's one of those old DirecTV remotes. And Zoe...
And then Mom goes to bed.
Well, and Zoe's what? 10, 11 years old, probably.
Yeah.
And Zoe's like, and Mom goes to bed, and we meet what is probably debatably the most evil character in this whole film.
Grandma.
Which is freaking Grandma.
Yeah.
Who gives Zoe this spiel about little kids that don't go to bed on time get taken away by Mr. Sandman.
And Mr. Sandman, in fewer words, will basically come at the witching hour and take your soul away.
Yeah, and good little kids get sprinkled with like magic fairy dust and sleep and dream and everything, and then bad kids basically, have their soul consumed. And I'm thinking, what the fuck, Grandma? Like, seriously, like...
And all the lights are off. The only source of light is the TV.
Like, way to fuck with your little granddaughter there, dude.
And then she gets up and fucking leaves. Like, okay, Grandma.
Yeah, like...
Jeez, love you too.
Like, now that I fucked with this kid, I'm out. The kid's like, So, Zoe falls asleep in the living
on
room
the couch
watching TV, and we see there's a candle right there, and the candle
well, there's like a shadow that kind of
passes by, and the candle abruptly goes out,
and she
wakes up on couch at 3 a.m.
The witching hour.
Now there's
one little critique is I don't think a lot of kids know what the witching hour is.
Yeah, but I don't think that was pertinent to she just woke up at 3 a.m., you know. So she's trying to get upstairs, and what she's doing is when she's in a room, she'll flick off the light of that room and then runs
to the
next room that's got light in it. And she's trying to get upstairs, and she flicks off the light at the bottom of the steps and goes tearing ass up the stairs. And of course she drops her stuffed bunny rabbit. I think it was a bunny rabbit.
Sam.
Yeah. And she's like,
okay, she doesn't say that, but...
Well, but you could
but you know that she has to go back down.
She's like, motherfucker.
She did not say that. So she has to go back down. So...
She was like Samuel L. Jackson. She was like, motherfucker.
So she does. She goes down little by little, and she
doesn't want to go totally down to the bottom of the steps.
No.
Because it's really dark down there. So she's kind of creeping her way down, and she's like reaching down to try and grab her stuffed animal, which she gets and then drops like a dunderhead, you know, because little kids have no upper body strength.
And so she gets it and runs, and she runs upstairs, and mom's is out. Mom is on the hallway and hugs her, and she's like, it's okay, it's everything's okay, and so she tells her, you know, you have to go to bed, it's this freaking late. And little Zoe's like, well, I have to go brush my teeth. She's like, but no,
I gotta brush my teeth first.
And of course, you know, mom doesn't stick around.
And one of my critiques for the filmmaker is she uses way too much toothpaste, dude.
No, that is the right amount of toothpaste.
I was just like, that's way too much toothpaste.
Yeah. So she's obviously brushing her teeth, and she hears and sees
just some creepy noises.
So she like rushes, and
I do gotta say the score of this movie was really good.
Yeah.
It really
kept you.
It really added to the tension of the movie, because the movie tries almost from the drop, because it's only like a 45 minute movie. It has to establish the tension like almost immediately, and it does a good job of that.
I think also the expressions of the little girl, you know, there's not a whole lot to work with when the plot is not that, you know, involved.
And there's not a ton of dialogue either,
right,
especially from Zoe, our lead. Most of it has to do with her expression.
And her heavy breathing, hyperventilating. And I thought that was very well done. So kudos to little Zoe.
So she grabs her rosary, I guess it is.
Yes, hanging from the bed, and
beads are a theme.
And she drops down and does a little quick "Now lay me down to sleep" prayer. So just wondering if the writer is a Metallica fan. So
you know, Metallica took that from the whole, you know, religious thing. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe he's Catholic.
Sure.
Like, maybe he's a Metallica fan. Yeah.
So she's in bed finally, and she puts on this lamp that is the loudest lamp that I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's like a blue lamp, and it's
really cool.
It like rotates and puts light up, and I was like, what the hell is that noise? And Vanessa was like, oh, it's the lamp. I'm like, how the hell can you sleep with that thing in the room?
It's white noise.
Yeah. But well, no, I'll just let that go with the other lamp and what it looked like, and I'll just say beads were a theme.
No, Just let it go.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's trying to get to sleep.
She's trying to fall asleep, and we see, which was my favorite part of the movie, we just see like a black form, and you assume it's kind of like the trope of, it's clothes, and
the pile of clothes
looks like a
the
thing.
Demon.
And she's looking at it, and we do see at one point it rises up.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
It shapes into something.
Yeah, and that was a really cool little effect there. Mm-hmm. And she pulls the covers over her head, and one of my things in horror movies, not much in horror movies scares me anymore, but everybody's got their thing. And one of my things in horror movies actually is when people are in bed and they pull the covers over their head. And that's what gives me kind of like a little bit of a sense of dread, because you don't know what's right outside the covers. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like one of the little things that always gets me, because I'm thinking like, well, if I was in that situation, I'd want to see what's coming at me. Like, so I could like, grab my gun off the nightstand and just start, blasting. Like Danny DeVito. So I started blasting.
So I think that I agree with you. I mean, growing up and having a lot of nightmares and living in a house that had a ghost, he doesn't believe me. But I hid underneath the blankets a lot.
You sure it just wasn't your creepy uncle?
No. We don't.
Okay.
I hid under the blankets a lot. It gave me a sense of safety, like a safety
net. This
net.
explains so much.
But at the same time, I agree that if you're hiding underneath a blanket, you don't know what's going on. Sort of like when you are maybe in the middle of the ocean, and the ocean is so dark you can't see under, like what's under. So what?
I'm just figuring out how you're gonna interweave hiding under your blankets with being in the middle of the ocean.
So you can't see what's going on underneath you. So it's kind of like that. Like, I would like to see what's happening.
So what? You just jump in the water?
I mean,
like,
if you're
I don't know if there's any sharks in there. Let me jump in and find out.
I feel it would be like that same dread of not knowing what's out there.
Hey, whatever, So Zoe then, she pulls the covers back down, and it's back to like the original form, and she's like, okay, maybe I'm just kind of like spooking myself here. And then we hear she has a music box with the ballet dancer.
Fucking hate those.
And it starts, it makes a noise.
Mm-hmm.
Like it starts playing, and then it stops.
Mm-hmm. And so she's like staring at it, intently.
And we get a really close-up shot of the ballerina, and I think that does a really good job, because you're waiting for it to go,
and it doesn't.
But it never does.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
But then she finally like tries to close her eyes, and then it goes, and then it goes,
and it plays like really quickly.
Yeah.
Like double time.
Yeah, double time.
It's like a punk rock version of a ballerina music box. It's like
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
So she runs off to Mom's bed, and so far it's still just Mom. Dad comes in way later. He probably was out drinking all night, but
maybe he was working to provide for his family. Dad was an alcoholic.
She jumps up on Mom's bed, and she's like, please, Mommy, don't let me go back there. Please, please, please. And what does Mom do? She brings her back to her fucking bed.
She's like, hell no. And she like drags her, like kicking and screaming back to her. Yeah. But she does go, hey, I'll lay with you, until you fall asleep. And she's kind of like petting the back of Zoe's.
That's not petting. That's just caressing your daughter. I did that a lot with my kid. I play with her hair and, just.
The authorities might need to be called. So as she's doing that, we just see like close-up shot of Mom every time. I bump the mic at least 3 times an episode, because I talk with my hands.
I do too, and here's mine.
And she's petting the back of Zoe's head, And we get a close-up of that as it kind of like withdraws.
Mm-hmm.
And Zoe kind of turns around and we get a really cool shot of Mom's hand like clawing off the side of the bed and down. And another one of my things in horror movies too is when people look under beds.
Under the bed. Oh, I hate that.
I hate that too. And probably because I grew up with a demon under my bed. His name was Bob. Mm-hmm. But he was a nice demon. Mm. Yeah.
Hey, your demon and my ghost probably were friends.
Because he only like bothered me when he drank.
Oh my god. So
I might have something might have happened to me.
So she goes and looks underneath under the bed, and this white-faced woman with crazy hair,
face, very white pale eyes, like all like gnarled, gnashed teeth.
Yeah, fucking jumps out at her, and the score at this point was really effective. It wasn't a jump scare because it takes a lot to get jump scare.
Well, it was intended to be a jump scare, but for the novice horror
the novice horror fan, that probably
it would be really
made
effective.
You jumped. Yes, I thought it was really cool. I was like smiling from ear to ear while I was watching this part. I was delighted. I'm a little bit of a psycho, I guess, but a
little bit.
Then she goes underneath the blankets again, and there she was again, and like tries
kind of like The Grudge.
Yeah.
When she's under the covers and the thing's underneath with her, when The Grudge is under the cover with her, mm-hmm. and she pulls her down, and it was a really cool effect because Zoe disappears. Mm-hmm. The blankets go flat, mm-hmm. Covers go flat, and all mm-hmm. that stuff. And but then Zoe wakes up again after that, startled, like, mm-hmm. okay, this was
probably
just
a nightmare. Mm-hmm.
And it does a pretty good job of like keeping you like out of the loop of going like, okay, what was she actually dreaming and what did she actually experience? Mm-hmm. So of course, the storm starts brewing outside, and her bedroom window opens up on its own.
She goes and runs over and shuts it down, but then it opens up again.
Shit's starting to hit the fan a little bit, and the music box starts playing again. And at this point, we see the knob of her bedroom door turn. Mm-hmm. She goes to grab it, and the door opens slowly, and she goes to grab it to close it, and the door pulls away from her really quickly. Now we see out in the hallway, we see Mr. Sandman, who is a very tall figure dressed in black, and he's got kind of like a white, like you may have to, it's hard to describe, but you just see like his face from the nose up, and it's white. And he's dressed in black, and he's got some smoke and mist around the bottom of his feet. Mm-hmm. Of course, he starts slowly moving his way towards Zoe, and Zoe gets back under the covers again because she's like, I don't want to know where he is. Mm-hmm. I just want to wait till he's right on top of me.
No. I would not.
And this is the part then where he kind of gets all up in her business, and she levitates.
She levitates.
He pulls her up to the ceiling.
And she stops. Yeah, she's like...
She's hovering above her covers like...
and she's looking around her.
Like Dana in Ghostbusters when she was possessed by Zool. And she was like, there is no Sandman, only Zool.
So she's looking all around her, and she obviously realizes she's up in the air. Frantic, tries to scream. At this point, I don't think she was able to scream.
No, and... as she kind of goes back down towards the bed then and gets into the bed, she flips over and she's on her stomach, and Mr. Sandman's trying to pull her. You don't see him trying to pull her. She's just moving back, and she's clawing at the bed.
Trying to get back on the bed.
In this ensuing struggle, we see the crucifix And she reaches for the crucifix. She gets it and holds it up to him, and he disappears. Mr. Sandman disappears. This takes me to the greatest acting performance in this movie. Because she runs back into her parents' room and jumps in between them and is like, "Oh, Dad!
So that's finally...
Yeah, and we finally see Dad laying on his side, and he just goes... And that's like
it. Rolls over.
And I'm like, that is perfect. Because, like, Mom and the kid are, like, the kid's freaking out. The mom's like, "Oh, sweetie, let me help you." And the dad's like, "I gotta fucking go to work in the morning. Would you shut the hell up?"
He didn't say anything. He just literally grunted
all he did
and
was
rolled over.
Like, give Dad a freaking Academy Award for that. Like, seriously, like, I grew up, my kids are older now. I mean, you grew up raising a kid. I grew up raising two, and I had the same thing happen. And it's like, nothing's going to get you. Just go back to bed. Let me fucking sleep.
I grew up raising a kid? What? So then Mom lets her stay in bed with them, and she finally falls asleep, but then she wakes up in the middle of the night again. Second middle of the night?
Well, we don't quite know. I think that was a dream, because she's now all of a sudden like brushing her hair.
She's in bed, but she's up.
No. She's in bed, and we see a scene of her. She's brushing her hair, and she sees a creepy reflection of herself in the mirror looking like all evil, saying repeatedly, "It's not over. It's not over." Like, lest you think the crucifix, did
Took
something.
care of it.
And that's when she wakes up.
That's right.
And her parents' bed is empty.
Mm-hmm. And that's where we...
And Dad's probably like, "I've had enough of this. I'm going to the liquor store."
And that's where the very opening scene comes back to the now.
Yep.
This is now. That was then.
We come back full circle. We keep the...
Oh my God.
We keep the money moving, and we come back full circle.
Mm-hmm.
We're back to, yes, like you said, the scene in the beginning of the movie, where she's now running from room to room, flicking off the light and running to the next room, trying to stay in the light.
Mm-hmm.
And
she sees... Well, she's behind a door, and she sees movement on the other side. So, like, at the bottom,
So we don't know if that's a parent. Like, at this point, we don't know if Zoe is in reality, or if she's
I guess not,
kind of like another realm kind of
still in
thing.
nightmare.
Because why would the parents be gone?
Mr. Sandman finally took her soul.
She's waking up in like a dream world.
It's an Inception
or something like that. Yeah. It's an Inception dream within a reality, which is part of a dream, which is you're awake of asleep.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That.
Yeah.
It's that. It's one of those.
Yeah.
And we see what she saw in the opening shot, where she turns and looks over her shoulder. We don't see it, but it's really cool because she looks up and like something's
Obviously
rising up behind her, and the door slams shut, and end scene. So we presume that Zoe's dead. We presume that Mr. Sandman got her.
It's one of those interpretive...
It is, but it's pretty kind of like she's in the room with Mr. Sandman, and he probably got her.
Well, we do like movies that have unhappy endings, so I guess we're gonna go with he got her.
And I like when a movie doesn't basically end all happy. So for such a short movie and such a low budget, I actually think it did a lot with it.
I think so. I think it was the production was well done. And I think the camera angles were great. I think the...
Solid score.
Oh, yeah.
Soundtrack.
Very great score. Very good score. And the creepiness was definitely there. You can feel it.
Gave you a good sense of tension.
Yes.
I mean, it's a 45-minute movie. There's not a lot of time for character development.
No.
There's not a lot of time to establish a lot. So it was rushed through pretty quick, but
it was effective.
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah.
It did a good job doing what it intended to do. You know, is it again? It's a 45-minute, $5,000 budget
feature.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it The Exorcist? No. You know, could it have benefited from maybe being a feature length movie, like an hour and a half, where they could have established a little more? Yeah, but for what it was solid.
Yeah.
It was really solid. It was fun. I wasn't like, oh God, when's it gonna be over? You know, like I was invested.
Yeah, it was enjoyable, definitely, and I will definitely check out some of their other films, Akers films. So let's get to scoring. We have 3 main categories that we use to score our movie reviews. The first one is the plot. We do a 0 out of 5 score. So what do you think of the plot?
So stuff like this has been done before. Mm-hmm. You know, but again, we're talking about horror movies, and it's hard to do something truly original. It was solid. There was, you know, a hole or two, but kind of to be expected.
Yes.
I think for what it was going for, it was solid. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 toothbrushes with way too much toothpaste on it.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think it was a good plot. For the allotted time that was this movie, I think it developed nicely. It wasn't a slow plot. It went right to it, and it took us in and out, and think it was pretty good that way. I think for this amount of time to create a story that will keep you engaged and tense, I will definitely give it a 4 out of 5 music boxes.
Boxes.
The next category is the acting and directing. I'll let you give your score first.
So this is a very double-edged sword. Zoe, the little girl who played Zoe, I think was really good. Mm-hmm. She did a lot with a little dialogue. Most of her acting was emotions, facial expressions, reactions to stuff. I think it was appropriate for a kid her age. Mom, not so much. Grandma, not so much. Dad, I just love Dad. The 10 seconds he was in the movie was beautiful. So I'm going to go right down the middle on it because there were 2 really good performances and 2 not so good performances. So I'm going to give it a 2.5 toothbrushes with way too much toothpaste on it.
I agree. I think little Zoe did amazing. I felt her fear. Her breathing was on point. Her facial expressions, her fear in her eyes was very well captured. I think the mom did better than he thought. Grandma was just okay. I don't think she did horrible. I've seen way worse. The directing, I thought it was really good. The lighting in some of the scenes was perfect. It was dark, but yet you could see. You weren't trying to squint and try to figure out what was going on. I mean, obviously the dark parts of the room
were
dark and not for you to see what was behind it, because that was the whole purpose of that kind of darkness. But the other type of darkness I'm talking about is like when they were in the living room and you could see some of the lighting on them, on their features, and in the what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
And in the room, like you could see. I think I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Okay. Yeah, 4 out of 5 music boxes.
Okay, and
the last category is rewatchability, and I'll let you.
So, as I say on every podcast, rewatchability has 2 elements for me. It's one, it was just such a good movie that you want to watch it again because it was that entertaining, or it was that kind of complex and layered that you want to watch it again to pick up on stuff that you didn't. I don't think this movie has either of that, honestly. It's a 45-minute movie. They couldn't get that layered and complex with it because you got to move it along.
Yeah.
And it was pretty straightforward. It didn't hold your hand. It didn't explain stuff, but it did. Like, it explained it without explaining it overtly. It was a pretty simple plot. So the rewatchability to me, it's not super high because you watch it once and you're good. I'm gonna give it 2.5 toothbrushes with way too much toothpaste on it.
Yeah, I agree. It's not something that I'll be rewatching, but I thought it was fun enough that I could probably put it on again at some point and just go through it again, just for fun. And I think it was simple enough and easy to follow that you wouldn't need extra viewings to find out, what else is going on. So I'll give it a 2 out of 5 music boxes. That brings my final score to 8, 9, 10? 10 out of 15, which is actually really good considering our average is about 7.
Yep. And mine was an 8 out of 15. And so it's important to note that I can't speak for you, but when I score a movie, I'm not scoring it against other movies. No. If it's kind of like a big budget, like Hollywood release, I will, because I'm scoring it against other movies of that caliber. This kind of movie, I tend to score it based on what it's trying to do within itself, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
And on a $5,000 budget, they did a really good job. Matt, you did a really good job, dude.
From one Matt to another.
Two Matts agree. I've seen movies with bigger budgets. Like, we just reviewed The Mortuary Assistant that probably had a huge budget compared to this, and this movie's better. It's not the money you spend, it's how you spend it, I guess. Kudos to you, my friend. Thank you for the recommendation. Yeah. I think people will enjoy it. I think even diehard horror movie fans will enjoy it. You just got to keep it in perspective.
Oh, yeah.
Again, I always say, don't go into it looking for The Exorcist. Just go into it with an open mind and you're going to have fun with it. Yeah. So, we recommend it. So, it was really cool.
Yeah. Well, with that said, let's go to our next film of the night, La Cabra.
Which is short for The Cabra.
So, La Cabra, it was done by Toruga Productions. Our cast is comprised of Coral de Graves. And
that's it.
They have a YouTube channel, Toruga Productions. And they are said to be the curator of all things macabre.
There you go.
Macabre. I hate that word. I love that word, but I hate that word because of how it's spelled.
It's like La Cabra, but macabre, which is short for the cob.
No. So let's get right into it. This movie is only, I would say it's a short film, and it's a 14 minutes and something.
And it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
So if you want to watch it, what channel? I mean, you could type in La Cabra, but the channel is.
I can link it down. I can link it down in the descriptions.
Everything's backwards.
It's not going to be there, sweetheart. No.
Is it going to be up here?
No.
How about over here?
No.
How about over here?
No.
It's going to be over there?
No.
No? Okay.
It's down in the descriptions.
All right. Well, if you guys know what you're doing, it'll be down in the descriptions. We'll throw a link to it.
Yes.
In case you want to see it.
There you go. It's set up in the 70s. Well,
not necessarily.
It's set up in
the way
with
it's
the 70s
filmed. It gives you a very 70s vibe, which is what he was going for. It's kind of like his nod to 70s, like,
Yes.
older horror film.
And from the message that we received from the guy who made it, this is their love letter to horror. So, yeah.
This movie, like she said, it's a 15-minute short, stars, well, basically two people. But our main character is, did you say her name?
Coral de Graves.
And
we don't know her name in the character's name. Yeah. So
again, probably 12, 13-year-old girl-ish, you know. We open with, well, the first thing when we open in the woods, and the way it's shot, again, I was like, wow, this is giving me like 70s vibes here.
Yes.
Which is cool.
And the coloring was very 70s. The whole vibe. It starts up with a nice melody and a nice score to go with it.
So this girl's just kind of hanging out in the woods, like we did in the 70s and the 80s. You just hung out in the woods if you lived there.
Yeah, she had a puzzle book.
Yeah, she's throwing rocks into the water, and she's sitting on
by the tree
on a blanket underneath a tree reading a book.
No, she's not reading.
Oh yeah, it's a coloring book.
But funny enough, the puzzle book that she's first doing has to do with a goat, and then the next time she's coloring.
Which, if you know Spanish, la Cabra means the goat coloring book.
And then she's coloring a goat.
Black.
Yes, not to be confused with Philip the.
Well, if she was coloring it white. The page was already white, so she wouldn't have had to color it. So what other color is she going to color it? Because, of course, it's going to be black. Now, this being said, there is really no dialogue in this movie. We do hear voices at this point.
She's looking around. Yeah. She's all by herself. Oh, my God. We're talking about goats, and Luciba just needs to get involved.
So she falls asleep under the tree. Mm-hmm. On the blanket.
Because why not?
Yep.
It's a beautiful day.
In her dreams, we have a lot of quick cuts of a black robed figure holding a Ouija board and then some sort of book. Mm-hmm. And then quick cuts to the same black figure with a goat's head. Mm-hmm. And
the arms.
Gotta say, depending on how, I don't know what the budget for this short film was, but it was pretty good. It didn't look like super cheesy or anything like that. So I gotta
it was a good
give it for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So when she wakes
when
up,
it flashes to the goat, it's obviously like a nod to the classic, like, you know, Baphomet statue where he's like, you know, like East Side, West Side McDonald's.
No.
But like that, or
it had
whatever.
the hands, like whatever.
Yeah.
But she wakes up from her nappy nap, and she sees a
cute little
crocheted goat on the blanket.
A black crochet.
A black crochet. And
which you can tell the goat's evil because
it's black.
Yeah.
So she looks around.
Well,
and
I didn't take it the way you took it. It's just like all the black goats in horror movies are evil, like Black Phillip and stuff. As soon as I said you can tell it's evil because it's black, you're like, yeah, of course.
Anyway, so she looks around, she grabs the little goat, because why not? I will be thinking like, okay, what the hell? But not her. She's like, score. I got a free toy.
Yeah. And she's walking, she gets up and walks the path, and the goat's like stuck in her backpack, just like along for the ride. Like, like, hey, cool, buddy.
So she's walking down the path, and she's kind of taking in the scenery. And again, the score was really enchanting. I really enjoyed. It was like mysterious yet magical. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but it was. It went well. It went with the vibe.
It was goat appropriate.
Goat appropriate.
So she happens along a tree and sees what appears to be a memorial. Mm-hmm. And she sees like a picture of a little boy. There's some candles around.
Mm-hmm. Stuffed animals.
Some creepy dolls.
Creepy dolls.
And a little Baphomet statue.
Yeah, why not?
And if you don't know the Baphomet statue,
I'll put it up.
she'll put it up. And she at the
she looks
that's a little later.
At the whole thing.
She
and then
sees there's a sign.
There's a sign right
screwed
above
up to the tree.
Mm-hmm. And
it says, "Life is a gift. Do not suffer. Please remember you are not alone."
And the first thing I noticed after, reading that, we had to pause it and rewind, was that at the bottom there was some sort of carving, and it said
in the wood frame
on the wood frame, and then it said, "Join us." And then on the side over here it says Cabra, and on the top I believed it said La Maldita Cabra, which means the damn.
Which means, man, that's a goat.
The damn goat, or the cursed goat, whichever you prefer.
So
that was pretty interesting.
So if you're watching this and you're the one that made this recommendation to us, let us know if you know what that means, because she hablas a lot of Espanol, and she was kind of like, yeah, I think that's what it means. She's like, what's the opposite of blessed? And I'm like, cursed. And she's like, no, that's not it.
It's the damned. The damned.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So from this memorial, on the top of the little Baphomet statue, she takes a little goat finger puppet. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, that would be like such a cool little prop for us.
Oh my God, I would love that. Yeah.
And so she has her black crocheted goat, and she has her little black finger puppet goat. And she continues walking on the path, and she passes, and she doesn't notice a skeleton. That's at the base of the tree.
Mm-hmm. Just, hanging.
Yep. And we get more quick flashes. Of our hooded figure. And she sees a symbol carved in a tree.
Yes.
And we actually we paused it and tried to research this symbol. So I don't know if
it's basically a triangle with like a cross right on it.
And we found out that it's some kind of symbol for some
Reformed
Christian church.
Yes.
But
I
don't know if that's what it was for, or it was just like kind of whipped up for this short film.
Mm-hmm.
So let us know.
Yeah.
If you're watching this and you see it, because we kind of researched it quick and really didn't come across anything.
Yeah.
So again, we see more flashes of our hooded figure. And behind a tree, we see a clawed hand kind of wrapped around the tree.
Well, she's staring right at this tree.
Yeah.
Right after the hooded figure was there. And she's just staring very intently. And it was very effective, the way that she was just, So obviously the figure disappears. The claw kind of goes around the tree. So she's still looking.
And this hooded figure the whole time, because she just keeps walking after this deeper into the woods. And this hooded figure is obviously watching her.
Mm-hmm.
Now at this point, we see another quick flash of our goat.
With the Ouija board.
Yep, the Ouija board.
In its hand.
The finger puppets.
No, now she sees the Ouija board on the ground.
Yes.
And then there's two
little finger puppet goats.
Mm-hmm. And she kneels down. She puts the one that she found right in between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts playing with the Ouija board, with the planchette, and she goes around the board, and it spells stay.
So of course, obviously, whatever it is trying to communicate with her, and it wants her to stay. So now she basically sees Baphomet very clearly.
Yeah, and she's obviously
now he's in his formal robe, because now it's red.
Red.
And it has a pentagram and some upside down crosses on the cassock that's hanging over it. And she is not scared.
Well, she's surprised to see it. I mean, it looked like she was like, "Whoa, what is this?"
She's like, "Hello, Baphomet, my old friend."
But then she slowly gets up and walks towards it and kneels right in front of it. So
her hands kind of folded in prayer. Mm-hmm. Everything's backwards.
Okay. So obviously what we're seeing is this little girl is kind of bowing and worshiping
accepting Baphomet / Satan as her master. And the part that I thought was kind of cool was after that, you kind of thought the little short was over, but then she walks away hand in hand with Baphomet, and she's got some cool like goat horns sticking out the back of her own. And the movie's over, and like a little bit during the end credits, we get a quick flash glitches, of the symbol, and then an upside down Baphomet with a pentagram over him,
and then the symbol again with the triangle. And movie is over. But that was really good ending. I really enjoyed that. It was, again, no dialogue.
It's kind of hard to. We've never had to score a 15-minute
this is pretty new.
We're gonna try.
I thought it was okay. So
we'll start with the plot.
Yes, let's go to our categories. The plot. I don't know what the plot really was supposed to be. I think it is a lot of our own interpretation. What I do see is a girl put in this place in a path that she's following. If that's the plot that you're going for it, I think that's what I got. The path that she's going for is accepting her new path, which
was very symbolic because she's constantly walking through a path in the woods.
And she was alone at the beginning, and at the end she ended up living with someone, whether that was a demon or an entity like Baphomet.
If you're in France, it's Baphomet.
Okay. So I think that was very, very cool. Very interesting concept. Short and to the point. I will give it a 3 out of 5 little black goats.
So yeah, it's kind of tough to judge the plot of a 15-minute film, but it got to what it was going for. She was on a certain path. She was obviously open to all this because none of these visions spooked her, and she kept venturing deeper into the woods.
Yeah, you didn't see her run away.
Yeah, she was never spooked. So I agree. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 evil finger puppets.
Our next category is acting and directing. Without dialogue, there's not a whole lot to judge. However, what I can judge is the reaction of the girl, and I thought she did really good. Again, she's really young, just like the other girl in the other movie, and somehow it felt genuine. There wasn't a lot of fear that needed to be portrayed, and there wasn't a lot of hyperventilating like in the first movie, but somehow it just worked. I think you could see sort of a transformation in her mind. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. But I will give and the directing. Let's talk about that because I thought the directing was really cool. I think the 70s vibe, the ambiance and the scenery was very well captured. I think it was very beautifully done. So I will give this a 3 out of 5 black. What did I say?
Little black goats.
Little black goats.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, again, we're talking about a 15-minute short film here. And it could have gone one of two ways. It could have been she was terrified and killed, or I think I would have actually liked it a little better if that's what would have happened. But you get the sense she was in there and she was already open to it because of the coloring book. It was goat, you know.
And she got the little gifts.
Yeah, and she never really thought anything was like strange, so it was the whole intent, I believe, was Satan seduces kid accepts Satan's seduction, and it did what it was aiming to do. The acting, I think she did a good job without uttering a word of dialogue. All her reactions, I think, were appropriate, because you had to know that this kid was probably open to this, and there was something off about her to begin with.
Well, and she was all alone in the woods, which makes you wonder, okay, where are her caretakers?
No.
No?
Not if this was supposed to be in the 70s.
It's true.
70s and the 80s, we were feral. We were just left. I spent half my childhood alone in the woods. So I like the editing, the score, the quick cuts. It did what it intended to do. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 evil finger puppets.
And our last category is rewatchability. I think I will probably give this another watch just for the fun of it. Again, I think there was some quick flashes that I would like to pause it and see what. Yeah,
that's legit.
Like the first time that I watched this, I didn't notice the writing on the wooden frame, so that was pretty cool to see on the second time that I saw. So yeah, I think it would be really cool to rewatch just to see what I missed during those quick flashes. For that reason, I will give this a 3 out of 5 little black goats.
Yeah, this was my first watch. This was your second watch, because when we got the recommendation, you had watched it already. So you noticed on the second watch the writing around the frame, and there might be some stuff, because I was taking notes, that I missed. So I'd probably watch it again now without having to take notes and just kind of take it all in. I mean, that being said, it's a 15-minute short. There's not much you're going to miss. Like, you got to get to the point pretty quick. So I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 evil finger puppets. So your score was a 9 out of 15. My score was an 8 out of 15.
And both scores are a bit above average.
Well, and, some points I shouldn't say were taken off, but not given, because it's only a 15-minute YouTube short. You don't have character development. You don't have layers to the plot.
Right.
Like, you got 15 minutes and you got to get that shit going.
Yes.
And so I thought they did a good job. Like, I was watching it and I genuinely wanted to know what was going on here. And, I wanted to see where this went. So kudos to you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the recommendation. Yes. We got to see 2 pretty cool little short films
that we
in
otherwise.
Less of a time frame than it would have taken us to watch The Mortuary Assistant.
Oh my God.
And both of these little films that we watched, I think, were actually better than that movie.
And if you are one of those 2 that requested either one of these 2 movies, please comment below. Tell us, did you hate our reviews, or did you agree?
I mean, we tried to be honest.
Yes.
We don't want to... We don't want to give a movie a good review just because somebody who either made the movie or was in the movie recommended it to us, because that kind of skews our integrity.
Yeah. We
But these reviews we give are honest, and I enjoyed both films that we reviewed. I think good job. They did what they intended to do. They worked within the budget they had and did what they could with the budget. I mean, I can't imagine the budget for La Cabra was more than $10.
No, I mean, so
So, but it did really it
Yeah.
was genuinely, it wasn't scary, but it was intriguing enough that I was like, okay, I want to see where it goes.
Mhm.
So,
Well, in camera alone and equipment, I know it has to be more than $10.
no, I know I'm being facetious when I
I
say
know
it's
I've
$10. I
said
don't
this
think it's
before.
really
I've mentioned
$10.
this before. My daughter is in film uh, school, and she and her class are doing filming projects, and I know that they have to rent all of this equipment. So even for renting, it's not cheap. So keep doing what you guys are doing, and I we hope to see more of that. For the rest of the people who are requesting for us to review, we appreciate it so much. Keep sending us your requests and all recommendations, even if it's not your movie. Just give us recommendations on what to watch and what to review.
Yep, and we are keeping a list. We will get to your reviews. Just know that new movies will take priority.
Absolutely, yes.
Um,
but yours is also coming up.
But we appreciate the recommendations, and especially if you have that one movie that's like a hidden gem. I mean,
Yes.
me being like a King's X fan, guys, if you know King's X, you know that like it's that little band that's in your community and you feel like it's yours.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people who have movies like that, especially horror movies. Mine is The Exorcist 3, which we will review very soon because
but that's
I'm
not a
tired
little
of
hidden gem. This is not a hidden gem. It's not.
Yeah,
it's pretty big.
Yeah, it is. It has
but
a
we do love.
Just you be quiet about my movie.
We do love hidden gems, little obscure movies that no one is talking about.
And we're always looking for something. We're sitting there, and if we want to watch a movie, we're going through all the streaming services and going like, what do we want to watch?
Yeah.
So this kind of makes it easy for us because we're just going to watch what you guys tell us to watch.
Yeah.
And if we hate it, then
you're gonna know.
you're gonna know, and but don't take offense to that, because just because we don't like the movie that's near and dear to your heart doesn't mean it's not awesome for you. I don't care what anybody says about The Exorcist 3. It's the best movie ever made.
Okay, so with that said.
So, well, I guess we're not going to play a game today.
No.
Because we did two movies.
Yeah. We'll
get back to our
time.
Yeah, we'll get back to our game for the next podcast. We appreciate your recommendations. Thank you very much for the interaction. Keep it coming. Yeah. Because that's what we want, and we want to find that movie that you love that we're going to go, man, we didn't know about that. Like, thank you. And that's what we are. We're a horror family, and we want to keep it all in the family. And, what happens in horror stays in horror, because screw everybody else that don't like it. And with that being said, we are out.